MIDIculous. So what you see here is you see an audio file and you see a piano right here. So we have the audio file and a piano, and we've recorded it. And so what we will do is just export the audio and the MIDI at the same time. Now, one of the things that you have to do in Logic, because if you export this MIDI as it is, it will not. It will export at this time here. You don't want to export there, or else it won't be sunk up. So what you have to do in Logic, you have to take this, take it all the way here, and what you have to do with your little pencil tool is you go all the way to the main here, and you just import a little file here. So let's use the pencil tool, and you just start it right here. So you see a file right at the beginning. So now that when you export this MIDI file, everything will be sunk up in time 0. So let's export this stuff out and see how it goes. Now, Logic 10 does not allow you to export with MP3 anymore, so you just convert it to MP3. The smaller the file, the better. MP3 is universal, and then we just export the MIDI. So let's export this out and do the LMS. So you just right-click, and you say, you go to Export as Audio File, right there. Save a desktop. Call this Teaching. And then you just export the MIDI file. We don't want to export as an audio file because it'll convert it into audio. We want to export it as a MIDI file, so export MIDI. Teaching. And now you have the exported. So you save this, make sure you got it back up. I always copy my audio files at the same time. So one thing MIDIculous allows you to do is that it allows you to actually embed the key that you're in the MIDI file. So what you would do is make sure that your cursor is at the beginning, because it's actually going to embed a MIDI message. So you go to the very beginning right here, and you go to your window, and you go to Open Signature List, and you actually change the key to E flat major. And when you change the key to E flat major, when you export this, it will actually export. And let me highlight it just to make sure. E flat major. So when you export the MIDI file, you're going to export the key signature as well. So then we go export the MIDI file. And then we say teaching.midi, and then replace, and there we go. So that's how you embed the MIDI, embed the metadata within the MIDI file. Okay, here's the LMS we made, demo LMS for teachers. You will get a chance to have this free on the website. And so what we do is, as you can see, we're going to drag it. To the browser. And as you can see right here, it read the information. The BPM was 120, the key was in E flat, and it read the information, okay? So that's the purpose of putting the metadata in the information. So we started. Okay, this is Jamal Hartwell, and we're demonstrating a quick MIDIculous lesson. This is going to be a lesson on jazz. So what we need to do, first of all, we need to change the K. The keys, K stands for keys. Let's use the blue keys. All right. And let's do something else. Let's go ahead and use our VST instruments so we get a better use audio units. We're on a Mac here. Let's go to RUVI workstation. And then we go ahead and load a nice piano. And what we're going to load up here is we're going to load up the True Keys Ravenscroft. Yeah, I know that's everybody's favorite. Gotcha. So let's load this up. That way we can listen to the piano parts in with a nice piano instead of these ugly General MIDI stuff, all right? So let's play it. Let's continue to play it. Hit the space bar. So what I'm going to do is just show you one of the... Yeah. But if you want something to sound jazzy, one of the tricks is to form jazzy chords. So as you can see, teachers, musicians, people who want to start their own online business of this, you can distribute this LMS file to your students, and you can have students around the world. You can make a whole bunch of LMS files, and you could maybe have an online subscription service where you do a lesson a week, or you have specific students that say, hey teacher, I want to learn how to play this song, and you charge them a fee and you play the song and you give them the LMS. See, the thing is that I'm not lazy, but it's hard making instructional videos all the time with the lighting and the overhead camera and the syncing it up and the video and the lines going in and syncing everything up and making titles and everything else. You know, for what I can do for one instructional video, I can make close to 20 or 30 LMS lessons. The only thing you don't get from an LMS lesson is you don't get to see the fingers. And that's it. But everything else. Now you see a new feature right here, guys, that we're adding is the main chord name, and we have alternate chord names here. We do got to tighten this up a little bit more. So I know you might see some craziness here, like E flat 6, flat 9, 9 over a G. You know, it's some crazy stuff here, but we'll get that taken care of. All right, so as you can see, now let's do more of this instructional video, as you can see. Or it's just a major 2 and just a major pretty much. And just take out the E flat, and then the E flat is over here. So this is called a E flat 6 over 9 or E flat 9, and then we go to C 6 over 9. So the movement goes like this. So that's how we're gonna. So what you're doing is you know, people will be able. Now let's slow this down. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down a little bit, as you can see. And do that movement, okay? Now what you're seeing here is you're seeing audio and MIDI sync together. So this is way better than a standard MIDI file. You get the audio instructional part that talks you through, and you get the visual MIDI part at the same time. You can't beat this, all right? Keep going, let's see. So to compensate for that, you want to be a little slower. So it's kind of F minor. Anytime you see this chord here, so you can slow it down. Sharp 7, you can always add jazz by diminishing, you're right, diminishing. Now since this key is set, somebody can say, well, since we've already set this key, I want to learn the song in the key of D. I want to get my chops up ready for D. So we take it down 1, and now the song is going to be taught in D. Even the pitch and everything. The A flat portion of it. So you can hear my voice change a little bit too. Look at this, and we diminish it. All right, so it's like. So here we go. Let's just change it back to E flat where we're at, and let's go to the end here. So you have to show them, guys. Teachers, you have to show them what's going on. So, I do. So you just rip it, just like we did back in the day with the old video recorders. But you understand here is that in many aspects you have something better than an instructional video. You have the visual, you have the chord names, you have the chords, you could slow down, you could change the key. You can't do that with an instructional video. This is better than an instructional video. You can pause it, rip the chords, stop it, rip the chords, do a screenshot, change the octave, change the look at the chords, see variation of chords, speed it up, slow it down, change the tempo, use sounds that you want to use. You see what I'm saying? So this is the power of an LMS. A teacher can buy the pro version and immediately start distributing LMS lessons to their students. When you immediately purchase the pro version, your account automatically gets 40% off of the player version, so you can purchase serial numbers for your students. Okay, here we go. Gospel musicians coming at you. This is an introductory for teachers who are interested and showing you the power of the LMS lesson that has MIDI and audio sunk together for an ultimate learning experience. This is MIDIculous 3.0.
MIDIculous.com